This is the latest update, and I felt I should share this with you. If you are living in the UK, you should follow my channel. I'll give you the latest updates and things that have to do with money, pensions, taxes, retirement, investment, remote work, anything that has to do with money, I will share it on this channel. My name is Cynthia. Now, the first one we have here is that we have a new Prime Minister. He was sworn in on Monday, that is last week Monday, and he fired a lot of people in the cabinet. Yeah, right now my tab is gone, but Shabana Mahmood still remains. And know that Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, she's gone too. She was the very first female Chancellor of the Exchequer, but she's gone now. There are a lot of new changes that he's making and new policies he's trying to introduce. I will start with good news and then end with the bad one. That's what I'm going to do today. Now, the first one he is going to introduce on the 1st of October 2026 is that he's going to cut VAT on electricity bill. This is fantastic news, guys. It means that your electricity bill is likely to drop from October 2026. So watch out for that. He is cutting the VAT from 5% to 0%. And I feel that will impact your bills this coming winter. So prepare for that. What can I say? I love this news. It's really good. Now, the second one is that he wants to cap single bus fare at £2. So you know that when you hop on the bus, you have to pay. Sometimes you want to get one single way, ticket. And he's trying to say, hey, if it's a single ticket, it should not be more than £2. This will help a lot of people. Some people go for night shifts, some people go for day shifts, and they use the bus all the time. This would be of benefit to a lot of people. What are your thoughts? Share it in the comments below. Now, the next one is that state pension will not be taxed if it is your only source of income. Now, you know that if you want to retire in the nearest future, you have to fill in gaps in your national insurance contribution. I made a video about that. Please check it in the comments. But this time around, he's concentrating on state pension. We know that state pension will likely go above the personal allowance. The personal allowance is £12,570, while the state pension is currently £241.30 per week, or £12,548 per year. So it's likely to go up next year. You know that every April of 2020 whatever, they always review the state pension and compare it with the inflation rate. So they would decide to just add a few pounds on it, sprinkle something on it, and increase it a little. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but most times they increase it. So it is likely to go above 12,570. And now the question has been, will pensioners have to pay taxes on any increase in the state pension? Now, Andy Burnham, the Prime Minister, is saying, hey, if that is your only source of income or revenue, don't worry, they will not tax your state pension. But if you earn any income any other place, even if it's £1, you are not going to be exempted. They will surely tax you. So what do you think about this? I've always told you that you should make plans to fill in gaps in your national insurance contribution. And I feel, yeah, that's something that is worth doing. Another news here is about your stamp duty and council tax. There are many reports on the BBC and other papers talking about Andy Burnham's plan to scrap stamp duty. He says that Burnham had advocated in the past to scrap stamp duty and council tax. You can see this other report by UK property accountants, but you have to understand that Andy Burnham has said something about this. Politics UK on Twitter reported that Andy Burnham has officially ruled out changing stamp duty this year. Listen to his response to this question.
Could you reassure people looking to buy right now that you won't change or scrap stamp duty in the next budget?
Yes, I can say that quite clearly. That won't be happening. And, I don't know actually where some of the stories that have appeared over the last 24 hours have come from. It seems that somebody within, 100 yards of me could say something, and then all of a sudden it's my policy, or someone can pass me something and then I support everything within the document. It's just not the case that we are bringing forward plans on that scale at this moment in time. So I'm quite happy to give you that clarification. Obviously, what we're trying to do, though, is to make taxation fairer. I removed VAT off electricity bills, or said we would do that, and that will come through later in the year. We are looking at how we take that little bit of pressure off people's shoulders, reduce the cost of living. These are priorities, and we obviously will keep working towards them.
What do you think? Just share it in the comments below. The next one is they're going to cut out some occupations on the temporary shortage list. You know that there are 82 occupations on that list. MAC is proposing that they cut a huge number of them so that they are left with 28 occupations. I'll show you on the screen the occupations they want the Home Secretary or Home Office to leave on the temporary shortage list. I told you guys that this is a proposal. MAC is the Migration Advisory Committee. They just make recommendations to the government. Sometimes the government will listen, sometimes they don't. I don't know what is going to happen. What are your thoughts based on this? They've already talked about the fact that they were going to review that list, and it seems that it's almost a year since they, made that proposal. Things are changing so fast when it comes to immigration. There are also talks about making care workers exempt from the whole ILR, because Unison has fought. They've been fighting for a very long time. And right now, Andy Burnham is talking about the reforms that has to be done on the social sector. You know that we talk about social care a lot. It is one industry that takes care of vulnerable people, especially the aging population in the UK. That's the reason why they opened the borders to allow people from other countries to come in to take care of their vulnerable. And right now, and the Burnham is saying that a lot of things has to be done about the NHS. If not, the NHS will collapse. Now, some people are saying that by the time we are old, sometimes some people are saying by the time we get old, that the NHS might not be free. Some people are saying that. I'm not the one saying it. But a lot of comments have been made, and yeah, you need to read what is happening online to be aware of what is happening. One thing for sure is that there's an aging population in the UK. They need support, and there's a lot of money to be made in that sector. If you want to run a nursing home, if you want to take care of the elderly, the vulnerable, people with autism, ADHD, people who have one challenge or the other, who are reliant on the health sector, then that sector is what's going into to take care of people. If that's your passion, definitely go ahead with it. But will it be totally scrapped? I don't know. I don't think so. I know that people will always need support, and the government will always find means to take care of people who are vulnerable. I don't know how best to put it. They said the NHS is at the brink of breaking down, and they are looking for ways to reform that sector. What are your thoughts? What do you think about the new Prime Minister and the policies he's trying to introduce? I'll keep giving you the updates. I'll keep sharing information with you so that you can plan ahead for the future. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.